unbelievable. Just by hanging a wind chime in the right spot in front of your door, the flow of wealth energy will automatically be activated every time the wind blows, or when you open the door. In Feng Shui, the front door is always considered the main entry point for wealth energy. At the same time, it is also the area where negative energy can easily tag along. This space is the most important part of the house. It is where all kinds of energy, both good and bad, pass through before entering your living space. That is why even the smallest adjustments at the front door can directly affect the overall vibe, the harmony, and the fortune of the entire household. Just a soft sound ringing out every time the wind passes through, or when you open the door, is enough to stir up and cleanse heavy, stagnant energy, making room for a brighter, more refreshing kind of energy to flow in. This is exactly why many families have reported feeling noticeably more at ease, more uplifted, and even more financially fortunate, simply by making this one small change. It is like their prosperity was suddenly awakened and started to move. So, in today's video, we are going to talk about the best Feng Shui positions for hanging a wind chime in front of your home. Places that help activate the flow of wealth energy, clear out negative energy, and create a natural path for light and good fortune to enter your house. But before we begin, go ahead and leave a powerful affirmation in the comment section down below. Wealth is flowing into my home and here to stay. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that each day you will receive a small but powerful tip to help your home stay vibrant and your fortune strong. Now, to truly awaken the flow of prosperity right at your front door, the very first thing you need to do is choose the right wind chime. The right wind chime produces a clear, gentle, and consistent sound, just enough to brighten up the energy flow each time the breeze sweeps through or when the door is gently opened. The first type of wind chime, metal wind chimes. Wind chimes produce bright, resonant, and full tones that bring a sense of rhythm and clarity to the space. When the wind touches the chime, the sound it creates is soft yet distinct, as if opening up a fresh current of air, making the space feel light, graceful, and vibrant. Each note spreads a lively energy that helps your steps feel lighter, your mind more relaxed, and your surroundings gently awakened with life. The resonating tone of a metal wind chime does more than add rhythm. It creates a sense of balance and clarity, making every moment in the space feel more refined and full of life. When you hear the chime, your mind becomes sharper, your spirit more uplifted, and the pace of life clearer. The sound is firm yet gentle, giving your living space a flowing, refreshing quality that brings harmony to every experience inside the home. This type of wind chime is especially fitting when you want to boost vibrancy, encourage positive energy, and create a clear rhythm in your daily life. If your space needs a more alert atmosphere, a touch of excitement, or a refined focal point, the resonant tone of a metal wind chime will help spark focus, lift your mood, and gently balance the energy around you. Every ring serves as a subtle reminder of liveliness and elegance, making each step and every moment in your home feel fluid, serene, and full of vitality. The second type of wind chime, wooden or bamboo wind chimes. Wind chimes made of wood or bamboo bring a warm, soft, and delicate tone, creating a natural rhythm that gently flows through the space. When the wind brushes against the chime, each tone glides through the air like a gentle caress, turning the atmosphere into one of calm, softness, and peace. The even, soothing tones calm the mind and make every step through the space feel graceful and pleasant from the very first moment. The sound from wooden or bamboo chimes does more than echo. It spreads a sense of closeness, friendliness, and calm. even the quiet moments in the home feel more comfortable and light. When you hear the gentle chime, it feels as if the rhythm of life, both inside and outside the home, is blending together, bringing a subtle balance that makes the space feel naturally serene, graceful, and soft. This type of chime is ideal for creating a peaceful, relaxing atmosphere that feels close to nature. In times when the space needs quiet, when the spirit needs to be soothed, or when you want to bring a sense of warmth and comfort into your home, the soft ringing of a wooden or bamboo wind chime delivers a deeply calming and complete living experience. Each sound is like a quiet reminder of inner peace, making the home feel softer, more refined, and welcoming. It lifts the natural rhythm of daily life, bringing a sense of ease and tranquility to every moment. The third type of wind chime: ceramic, porcelain, or glass wind chimes. Wind chimes made of ceramic, porcelain, or glass bring a clear, delicate, and airy tone, like pure, light-hearted melodies that float through the space. When the wind passes by, each note gently slips into every corner, making the atmosphere feel soft, refined, and pleasant. The sound is not only heard, but also creates a sense of balance and calm, helping footsteps, breathing, and inner energy all flow in harmony. From the very first tone, a deep sense of relaxation begins to settle in. This type of chime is especially suitable when you want to create a calm, peaceful atmosphere for the soul. When your space needs to slow down, when your mind needs to unwind, or when you want your daily rhythm to flow more gently, the pure tones of a ceramic, porcelain, or glass chime spread softness, balance, and clarity. Each ring is gentle yet complete, helping the space feel more elegant, balanced, and light, making each step and moment in your day feel relaxed and easy. The sound of these chimes serves as a quiet reminder of peace and harmony. They make the living space feel soft, comforting, and rich in gentle beauty. Every moment spent hearing them becomes a complete experience of calm, while still lifting the natural energy inside your home. Their clean, consistent tone creates a deep sense of ease, making every step and second at home feel both vibrant and serene at the same time. Once you understand what makes a wind chime suitable, it is also important to be aware of which types of chimes are best not to hang in front of your door. Sometimes, just one off-tone sound or a tiny misplaced detail is enough to create a sense of heaviness without you even realizing it. First of all, do not hang a damaged wind chime. These often produce broken, incomplete sounds, like a sentence cut off midway. When placed at the front door, they fail to create a welcoming atmosphere, and instead introduce a jarring, off-rhythm vibe that throws off the entire entryway. Even though it might seem like a small item, a chipped or cracked chime can make your front entrance look untidy or neglected, something no home should carry at the very first point of welcome. Secondly, the sound of the wind chime should be light and airy, because this is a tune your ears will hear every day, often without conscious attention. Chimes that produce dull or heavy tones tend to make the area feel dense and stuffy, like a sky completely covered in gray clouds. On the other hand, overly sharp or piercing tones can be harsh on the ears and feel like tension every time the wind blows. The sound coming from a wind chime at your door should promote a sense of ease. If it makes you tense up or becomes annoying, that is a clear sign the chime is not right for the space. Lastly, avoid wind chimes with loose strings or overly thin materials. These are easily twisted, tangled, or knocked into a noisy mess by the wind. When that happens, the sound loses its softness and turns into a chaotic jangle, like walking through a hallway where everything is shaking out of sync. Plus, poorly made chimes wear out quickly, making your entrance look neglected. Your front door is the face of your home, and a flimsy chime instantly creates a feeling of instability from the very first glance. Once you have chosen the right wind chime and avoided the types that could weigh down the energy at your front door, the next most important step is to place it in the right position. Because even with the perfect wind chime, if you hang it in the wrong spot, no matter how beautiful the sound is, it will struggle to bring the brightness and lightness your front entrance needs. First position, right above the main door frame. Hanging a wind chime. Right above the main door frame is widely considered the most balanced and elegant placement. This spot allows the sound to spread fully and clearly across the entire entrance without being blocked. When a soft breeze passes by, or each time the door opens, the chime rings out with a bright, full, and clear tone, breathing fresh life into the entryway. That gentle melody creates a sense of freshness and ease, welcoming anyone who approaches the door with a soft and refined rhythm, as if the space itself is offering a graceful greeting from the very first moment. The sound that radiates from this spot tends to be steady and smooth, clear enough to create harmony, yet never too sharp or overwhelming. Each chime is like a natural breath, connecting the movement outside with the warmth inside, helping the front door escape its usual stiffness. Every time you step out or return home, the sound lifts your mood just a little, making each movement feel more graceful, lighter, and emotionally rich. It turns the simple act of coming and going into a gentle and pleasant experience. When placed above the main door, the wind chime also becomes a natural focal point. It brightens the entire entrance area without the need for extra decorations. The steady, soft ringing adds a touch of smoothness to the space, making each step through the doorway feel like part of a gentle rhythm of daily life. The tones rise, drift through the air, and fade softly, making each step feel more comfortable, bringing a sense of freshness, elegance, and a quiet peace to anyone passing by. This is considered the ideal position because it offers the perfect balance of feeling and function. Thanks to the chime, the area around the front door is always bright, lively, and full of energy. The steady ringing not only adds harmony to the space, but also helps relax anyone stepping through the door. That is why coming home each day feels lighter, more calming, like being welcomed by a gentle rhythm full of vibrant energy, offering a comforting feeling with every step you take. Second position, facing west or northwest. The west or northwest facing side of the entrance is also a highly suitable place for hanging a wind chime, as this direction allows the sound to spread smoothly and fully throughout the space in front of the door. When soft breezes pass by, the chimes ring out with a gentle and clear tone, flowing evenly into the air around the entrance. It's as if the atmosphere is being awakened, becoming more vibrant, fresh, and pleasant. Every time you walk through the door, the welcoming chimes seem to lighten your step and lift your spirit, so that anyone crossing the threshold immediately feels calm and at ease. The sound of a wind chime in this position often rings out with a gentle and steady rhythm, like a quiet breath that flows through the whole space. It connects the energy from outside with the comfort inside, helping the entrance area feel softer and more fluid. Each soft chime supports your steps, turning the simple act of entering and exiting into a graceful and enjoyable experience. A wind chime here does more than produce sound. It brings a sense of peaceful rhythm to the home, encouraging gentle movement and a sense of quiet balance without being too loud or heavy. When a wind chime is placed facing west or northwest, the front of the house often becomes more balanced and full of light. The sound is clear, but not sharp, soft, but still distinct. Each tone that rings out seems to ease away a bit of stress, offering a comforting feeling as you come and go, like a small release from the worries of the day. The sound rises and fades into the air, adding an extra layer of rhythm to the space and making every step feel cared for and supported. In this way, the entrance becomes more refined and full of life, while still holding on to a sense of peace and depth. Wind chimes in this direction usually carry a soft tone that never feels harsh. They help make every moment of coming and going feel lighter, smoother, and more comfortable. Thanks to their gentle, steady ringing throughout the day, the space in front of the door feels constantly refreshed, full of harmony and life, even without much decoration. As a result, the whole family can easily sense the comfort in the air, and the spirit relaxes from the very first step through the door. It becomes a quiet daily reminder. This is the place to return, to rest, and to restore your balance. Third position. Where natural wind flows. Placing a wind chime where natural wind flows is one of the most important choices to help it reach its full effect. When the breeze sweeps by, each soft and clear tone rings out consistently, spreading across the entire space around it. The full, round sounds make the atmosphere come alive, fresh, light, and instantly calming. The space feels open, as if the natural rhythm of the outdoors is gently flowing into every little corner. This creates a delicate connection between the outside and the inside, making every step through that area feel smoother, softer, and more enjoyable. The sound of a wind chime in a naturally breezy spot does not just ring, it sets the pace for the energy of the entire space. Every moment starts to feel smoother and more fluid. When the wind blows steadily, the chime becomes a quiet reminder of the space's rhythm, making everything around it feel vibrant yet balanced. The tones are gentle but distinct, like a graceful beat for your footsteps and your breath. It brings harmony, flow, and a sense of peace to both the space and your spirit. This location is especially perfect if you are trying to create gentle energy circulation, a smooth rhythm of life, and a soft, pleasant feeling in your home. When the wind chime rings steadily, its sound feels like it is waking up the space, softening any stiffness. It makes every step through the door feel lighter and more refreshing. The area becomes lively but never chaotic, still calm, refined, and comforting. Every moment in the day feels smoother, more relaxing, and more memorable. By placing your wind chime where natural wind passes through, you are not just using the sound to brighten the space, you are setting a graceful rhythm for the whole area. Each round, soft, yet clear chime gently lifts your senses with every step, making the doorway or corner of the home feel more soothing and elegant. The space becomes full of life, yet airy and refined, turning each breath, each step, and every little activity into a flowing, complete experience. It adds vibrancy while still keeping balance and peace in every moment. Once you understand where to place a wind chime, you will notice how your entryway becomes softer, more relaxing, and more harmonious. However, there are also places where you should never hang a wind chime, because even a small mistake in placement can take away the lightness of the sound and make your entrance feel heavy or restricted. First of all, avoid hanging a wind chime too close to the door or near the hinges. In this spot, the sound can no longer ring freely. The movement is restricted, the vibration gets cut off, and the tone becomes broken and incomplete. As a result, the soft and gentle atmosphere that your entryway should have is lost. The entrance feels cramped, lacking natural rhythm, and every time you open the door, your steps feel stiff and rigid. No matter how high quality your chime is, placing it too close to the door prevents it from spreading its energy, making the whole area feel heavier and less vibrant. Another mistake is hanging the wind chime too low, close to foot level, or where it is likely to be bumped into. In this spot, the sound is limited, the vibrations are incomplete, and any impact produces harsh, broken noises without rhythm. The front area starts to feel crowded and heavy, taking away the comfort and ease that should come with stepping into your home. A small wind chime may seem harmless, but when placed too low, it disrupts the natural balance and softness of the entrance, making it feel awkward and losing the graceful energy the sound is meant to create. A third position to avoid is near any physical obstruction, such as potted plants, curtains, house number signs, or other hanging decorations. If a wind chime is blocked, its sound no longer rings freely or gently. It gets interrupted, and the rhythm of the space is broken. This causes the entrance to lose its smooth flow, and footsteps through it start to feel awkward and uncomfortable. If the chime hits these objects, it produces jarring, uneven sounds that ruin the natural harmony. The area becomes less lively, and the sense of balance and refinement is lost, making the act of stepping into your home feel heavier and less welcoming. Lastly, avoid placing a wind chime in areas with very strong wind, such as spots that face direct gusts or entrances without any overhead protection. In these areas, the chime shakes too violently. The sound becomes loud, chaotic, and disconnected, destroying the smooth, natural rhythm you want at your door. Even a good quality chime will sound too sharp and unstable in such conditions. The delicate experience you are trying to create will be lost. Strong winds do not just affect the sound, they directly impact the feel and flow of the entrance. Constant clanging causes imbalance, and the area becomes noisy, unsettled, and uncomfortable. People entering the home may feel tense or thrown off, as if the space itself is vibrating out of sync. Even a small wind chime, when placed in the wrong location, cannot create the calm, rhythmic energy it is meant to bring. Instead, your front area loses the freshness and harmony that every welcoming space should have. That is why, when you hang a wind chime in the right position, its sound spreads gently and steadily, transforming the space in front of your door into one that feels softer, brighter, and full of rhythm. Each time you open the door and take a step, you can feel that sense of ease and calm. The air seems to open up, and your spirit becomes lighter, more relaxed. A small wind chime, placed in the right spot, does more than just decorate. It becomes a graceful highlight that brings balance and liveliness to your home. The entrance no longer feels plain or ordinary. It turns into a gateway to a fresh and vibrant space that welcomes you every single day. A wind chime is not just a simple ornament. It is a subtle yet powerful detail that helps keep your entryway alive and harmonious. Its gentle ringing is like a quiet reminder that your space is being cared for, expanded and open to each step you take. That sound brings peace and lightness not only to you, but to everyone in your household. When hung in the right place, whether in the center, above the door frame, slightly off to the left or right, on a porch, or wherever the wind naturally flows, the chime reaches its full potential to set the rhythm of your space. It brings balance, refinement, and a sense of freshness into your home every day. And before you go, take a moment to leave a positive comment below. My home is always full of gentle rhythm and balanced energy. Let's build more good energy together for the space we live in. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more simple but meaningful tips that help your home stay bright, harmonious, and filled with light flowing energy, so that every step through your door brings joy and peace to your entire family.